episode of the Hey Hyros podcast, and we are back from a very long hiatus.
Ooh, season 2,
Season 2. And hi. So we're your hosts, Ariel.
And Abigail.
And yeah, welcome back. Sorry, we're kind of rusty right now. We're like
so
literally
rusty.
I don't know how to record this podcast anymore, but anyway.
I literally blanked out on like the intro. I'm like, wait, how does it even start?
but yeah, today we have another friend of ours from the lovely Post Art School Discord. We mentioned this Discord like 5 billion times. And
take a shot every time.
But today we have our lovely friend Arka with us. Arka Tu.
Yes.
Clap, clap, clap. Hello,
clap,
Arka.
Clap, clap.
Hello.
How are you? We are vibing. We are doing great.
Yeah, we are vibing. I am really nervous.
You'll be fine.
Thanks.
You'll be great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers, our listeners?
Sure. So, as they said, my name is Arka Tu, and I was an illustration major, and I'm currently a concept artist and general 2D artist, but mostly concept artist. I don't know what else to say.
Yes, that was good. That was perfect.
No, yeah.
We will learn more about you.
Yeah,
during
Arka
this
is a
podcast.
very talented concept artist. Like every time they show us what they're working on or whatever, I'm just like, clap, clap, clap.
Yes.
Such talent, such greatness.
I feel like you're our first concept artist, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, you're
Yeah,
a
that's
first concept
awesome.
artist.
Am I? Oh my god.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. We've
We're
always
so
had like
honored.
more viz dev leaning artists, but you're first concept artist. Yes.
Yes.
Get that title.
Yeah. Well,
We love it.
well, like, I also feel like you've had a lot of animation people on,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like
Yeah.
not like any game people, even though like I'm not a programmer and I could theoretically maybe make the jump to animation, but like is that making
Yeah.
Abby, want to introduce the official first corner
Yes.
of the podcast?
If this is your first time listening to our podcast, because you're tuning in for Arka, we have little corners in our episodes, and the most iconic corner, I think, for Hey Hires is our pitching corner, where our guests pitch themselves, but with a twist. They do it either through a rap or infomercial or spoken word or singing, whatever they want. I want to hear someone sing in the future, but we'll see if that happens. Anyway, Arka, what do you have prepared for us?
So I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be singing. I have a really bad singing voice, and ever since my voice dropped, it's gotten even worse.
Mood.
I was thinking about, so I'm planning on doing infomercial. I was thinking about this a few days ago, and then I never actually practiced it. So
That's fine. We do it on the fly here.
yeah. Okay, so do you need a concept artist for your indie video game? Look for Arka Tu. They're the one for you. They are energetic, they're creative, they love crystals, and they love anything like fantasy, pretty, whatever. And if you're looking for that, they're for you. They are on Instagram, they're on Twitter. You can also email them. They're also very cute, and they will liven up your workspace. And if you need if you want a concept artist like that, contact Arka Tu.
Yes!
Yay!
OMG.
We will call the number.
You know what? Funnily enough, I remember when I was younger, I wanted to be a concept artist, but then, like, when I found out what the difference was, I was like, whoa, wait a second. That's not me. It couldn't be anything more. But, like,
concept art is so intimidating to
It
me.
really is. Oh my god.
but
I mean, it's still
so
intimidating.
cool.
to me.
I have respect for concept artists because it's just, like, so much work. Much work.
I guess for when you think of concept art, when it comes to most video games, it's like very heavy in painting and
Yeah,
like,
very
and
painterly.
realism. So when I look at that, I'm like, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that is so much.
Yeah. Like, I don't do as much realism. I think because like a lot of that tends to be like very gritty realism, which I am not as much of a fan of. So I'm like, I want to do pretty stuff.
Yeah.
And I like that you like mentioned like what you're interested in, because I feel like, I don't know, like with our hiatus, I have just been thinking about like my own work and everything, and like it's just so important to like really reflect what you want to do in your own work, and it really shows with Arka, because like their work is just so pretty, and like it's the fantasy aspect. I personally love it in my own work as well, and it's just, I love a good fantasy art piece, and every time I see Arka's work, it's just like I want to live in that world. I want to go.
I want to be there.
I want to be there. I want to experience it. But yeah, such
Thank
talent,
you.
so talented.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll probably delve like into why you chose like the path, like concept art later. But before that, we were gonna talk about your resume and your experiences.
Resume.
Because we're here to help Arka get more things on their resume, because we want you to hire them. So anyway, I always love doing these episodes with friends, because our friends are so humble and they never really brag about what they've done, and usually it takes me stalking them on their resumes to find out special projects. So yeah, we're gonna delve into that.
Oh no. What secrets are you gonna find?
It's not a secret, it's right on your website.
Okay,
so
fine,
that's
fair.
on you. But first is Flying Mollusk.
Yes.
And you were a summer 2019 and spring 2020 concept art intern.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
So that was amazing. I really loved it, and in the summer of 2019, was it 2019? Yeah. Thank you. So I went out to LA, and I worked at Flying Mollusk in at their office. I mean, it's like a small office. It was like a bunch of different offices, and you could rent
like
them.
a co-op space.
Yes, thank you. And and so I worked there, and I always call her my boss, but like she's really sweet, and she like was always worked with me, and she also comes from an art background, and so I was working on an NDA project.
The NDA.
The NDA. And so their office is in downtown LA, and it was so much fun to be able to go there. The commute was really long since I was living at my dad's apartment, and that was 2 hours away.
Oh no.
But and so I just did like a bunch of concept art for them for mostly for like pitch decks and stuff. And then in the following internship, which was, I think it was 2 semesters after that, I think. And so I basically did the same thing. That was remote since I had my last semester of college. Which worked out because that was the semester that
everything shut down.
Yeah. Yeah. So I basically did the same thing, and I did some more concept art for other projects as well, that are also under NDA. So it was like so much fun. I really loved working. I really loved working with Aaron, and I met some of the other team members very briefly, but they were all really great, and I loved them, and I loved meeting them and working with them. Yeah, and Flying Mollusk is like a small indie studio, and the first game, Nevermind, is like it's a VR game with like you get like a heart monitor or like a pulse monitor for biofeedback, that's the word. So it's kind of a horror game, and it responds to like if you get more anxious, it creates more threats. And it's basically
that's so funny, but that's so cool.
It's basically like supposed to teach you how to deal with anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's an interesting concept.
That's an interesting concept. I'm like, ooh, it's really like one of those things where like, throw them into the situation. It's like survival mode on. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Honestly, like you just describing like working with people, it just made me like, I miss being in a
Oh, to
in an
be in a
environment
team.
with people. I'm just like, being in a team. But
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds so fun. And then
Are-
it's oh yeah, go ahead, Abby. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, how is it different from working remote and then working with on ground? And also, what do you think is like the main thing that you learned from this internship and how you grew as an artist?
So I think like the biggest difference was like I remember in like when I was on ground, I like could easily just turn around and like ask a question. Or be like, hey, can you take a look at this? And remotely, I could still kind of do that, like sending them a Slack message or like sending them a work in progress of what I was doing and asking how this is coming along. But it's a lot more deliberate. It feels less organic. And it was also really nice to like, sometimes we would just go out to lunch at the same time together. And like,
it's also nice.
Yeah, and we would just like connect like in a really human way, or we could talk about like cool things that we could do for the project, which were really great as well.
Yeah.
And
you can get so many ideas when you're in that kind of casual environment too.
Yeah. And that's also part of the reason why I think I like the idea of working with a smaller team. I mean, I've never worked in like a AAA company or anything, but like that I'm a really like social person, and I like really like connecting with people, and it's so much easier to do that, and like a smaller team like fosters that way more.
No, you just talking about like the feedback process. I think recently also for me, like with freelance and just working from home, I think that's been a big struggle on my part. Like, I mean, you still can ask for like all that feedback and show your progress and everything, but I don't know, it still feels like you're making, with work from home, it feels like you're making all these creative decisions by yourself still, and when you do it like with people in person, like you said, it just feels more organic, and like I don't know, the flow of like getting those ideas to work together with like the rest of the team is just easier on you. So yeah, I totally feel that.
Yeah.
That sounds so nice. That's really cool. Erin, do you want to continue?
Oh yeah, and then it says on your resume you did a game jam. Game jams, every time I hear about them, I'm just like, my goodness, I remember hearing stories of game jams and how it was for like story, because when I was in SCAD, I used to work at the student media office, and my editor-in-chief was a game design major, and he would talk about the game jams, and I'm like, oh my goodness. That sounds like a time, but like, how was that for you? What was that experience like?
That sounds so cool.
So, I've done a couple game jams. I think the one that's on my resume is from
Global Game Jam.
Yeah, okay. So that one, I had a lot of fun with that, even though game jams like always are usually really stressful. That one, I'm trying to remember if I knew the people there when I first started. I actually don't remember, but no, actually I knew one person, and she like brought me onto the team with like the rest of her friends. And
ooh, that's cool.
So I met everybody that way, which was really nice, and we clicked pretty well. And we made I forget what the theme was, but we like brainstormed a bunch of ideas within the first hour, and then chose one, and we ended up doing like the Kim Possible like Rufus Bueno Nako game that was
yes
like, yeah
yes.
The way I just went yes.
So we designed it kind of like that, but we had like different plants that needed repairing. Like we had an orchid that was we had an orchid that was like black and white, and you had to like take a paintbrush and color it.
That's so cute.
Ooh, that's so cute.
Yeah, and we had a plant that was torn, and you had to staple it. So we wanted to do like repairing plants unconventionally in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's such a fun idea.
And so I made the title screen. That was like the very last thing I did. But I helped like design the plants. I did the fire animation. That was like the first. I like did a sprite sheet, and that was like the first time I did a sprite sheet. But I also helped design like the actual like factory that the player was in, and our 3D artist started to teach me how to use Substance Painter. And I haven't touched it since, but I'm like, well, I know a little bit more than I did.
You probably like learned a lot about like keeping it cool under pressure, and also working with other people under a really high intense situation. So I think that's really good, a really good experience to have.
Yeah. Especially with like just how fast paced or like just every work will end up being like. Yeah.
It's also nice just to have that experience, but also have something to show for it, like a whole game to play and like to share your friends and to put.
I want to play that game.
Awesome.
You bringing up the Kim Possible like that just unlocked something in my brain. I'm like, oh, wait.
Alright, I'll find it. I'll find it and send it to you after.
Yes!
Yay! I want to play.
I want to play. But,
yeah, you also you collaborated for Wild Magic 2019. You collaborated with a team to produce a fighting game. That sounds cool.
Oh yeah, so that was the first game jam I ever did, and
wow.
And so I knew nobody there, and actually no, I lied again. I did know one person there, but we had a mutual friend, and we had like never actually met each other beforehand. And so we found some other people, and I think that was the tarot. We had a tarot theme, and
oh wow!
So each of us got I think one of the major arcana, and I think we got the Emperor, and we were like going back and forth, like none of us knew each other, and like we ended up doing like this thing where like where you're Ares and you're fighting Zeus, and I think we did that like because Zeus as emperor, and then also emperor representing fatherhood. And so we're going back and forth about that a lot, and we had a lot of disagreements, and I think it was partly because like none of us knew each other, and like we didn't share any like common
ground.
Yeah.
I get that feeling.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I like so like that versus the global game jam, like we all at least like had a common friend. And like all of us were really gay, and so like just like
a step up.
Yeah. So the first game jam was a lot harder, but it was still a good experience. For that one I did the background, and I did the title screen, and the background, we wanted it to be like pixelated, and so what I did for that, I just painted the background normal and pixelated it with
there you
Photoshop.
go. that works. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know like the most about. I don't really know much about like the game industry and that environment, but I do feel like there kind of is like polarizing viewpoints when it comes. So like you, especially when you look at like big games compared to like small indie games with like the viewpoints, so that can be kind of scary like going in. I'm sorry that you had that experience, but I'm glad that you at least had a better one the next year and you grew from that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that just shows what is in the future, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, like looking at like the game industry and like attended the game developers conference virtually. The first one I was supposed to go to was also last year, right before everything shut down.
Oh no.
And I also attended Indiecade last year as well. And like even just the way like they approach things is so different. Like Indiecade was like so like Indiecade, like as the name suggests, it's like focused on indie games, and everybody there was like so friendly, and they made sure like people like were good to socialize, or if they like just didn't really want to socialize, they could still like come hang out in like the Zoom chat where and just like exist there. And if they didn't actually want to talk, they didn't have to. And it was so much more accessible than GDC was, and GDC felt so much more corporate. And I still connected with people, but and I know people who have connected with other people and have had really good experiences from it. But to me, it felt a lot more corporate, and I definitely didn't. I mean, I still got stuff out of it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Indiecade. And like also like I was actually talking with one of my friends earlier about this, about how a lot of AAA games like have been really going in for like that gritty realism, or and that like wanting to go for absolute realism, and and it can like visually it can be tiring, and and like going for the gritty realism is also just emotionally tiring. I mean, some people are into that, and like sometimes it can be like cool to play that, but like I'm not personally interested in that as much.
I mean, I'm not the biggest gamer, as everyone in this Zoom knows. Like everyone who knows me knows I don't really play video games, but I see what's happening. But like so many indie games now, like design wise, I'm just like, that's so cool. It's so cool. Like so many, like I'm fascinated. I would like to learn more. I need to educate myself.
Yeah, like I feel like due to the pandemic, I've been getting more into games and like trying it out. I'm becoming a gamer girl.
Abby Twitch streams every Saturday, if you guys aren't familiar.
No, this is not about me. But
we can still promo you.
But yeah, I guess because of streaming, I've been getting more into games, and I bought Itch.io's bundle for Racial Injustice that was like last summer, and I didn't really play it until recently, and there's like 5,000 indie games in it, and it's just so, even though I'm not gonna play all of it, it's like so fun to just scroll through it because they're so interesting and cool, and I've been having a blast just like clicking on different ones and playing it for a little bit. Like it's like some of them are short and sweet, which I really enjoy, because sometimes like having a really long game is overwhelming to me, and then others are just like having really cool concept and using pixel art more, which I don't think is really AAA, you know. But I love, like, you know, Stardew Valley does really well with the pixel art, and I think
one
that's
game
really
I play.
awesome. But also, like, a lot of the indie games have like really funky 3D, like kind of stupid looking 3D, but it just works with the game, and I'm like, I love it.
Or
like
just
taking risks.
I don't know, like cooler character designs. Like, well, this is me just being not in the know, but also just like, and whenever I see our housemates play Hades, I'm like, that game is just designed so well. It's so beautiful. I'm like, that's so pretty. And I'm like, oh, indie games are like, they really going off this year. Claps to everyone.
Yes.
We have.
But I love here, like you said, you're like the first. I mean, like we said, you're the first game artist on our podcast, and since me and Ariel aren't into that world, it was really cool like hearing your thoughts about the industry. Okay, anyway, moving on. The final thing that I saw on your resume is called Toil and Trouble Student Production. So I was wondering, it's like you were a background painter, you collaborated with animator and layout artists. How is that kind of experience different from the game jam and working with other students?
So that so that was actually the first time I had done like any like background painting for animation.
Whoa.
And it like I felt like so much more nitpicky. I mean, like definitely compared to the game jam, since like the game jam has such a fast turnaround. But it was like really cool to like see like all of the biz dev that the team did and work off of that. And I had to go back and forth a lot to like to because I don't think they hadn't actually decided on the lighting that I'm gonna be using the shot that I was painting. So after I did like all the flat color, we talked a little about that and like trying to solve some perspective issues as well earlier. And to me it was like so much more stressful because like I was like, this is gonna be in like like the actual like final product, even though it's only gonna be like 2 seconds. Whereas like even though that's like the case in the game jam, and like if I do background art, I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like so different.
I can see that.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, I mean, I probably like if I was contacted to do like art for a game, I would probably like feel reversed because like I don't know. I think it's just like you where your interest really lies, and because you want to do work, have your art seen in games, so you're like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean, like your energy is just like better around like the thing you want to do. Yeah, so totally
That's
get it.
That's a good segue to like my next question of why did you have like experience of doing like the animation, like background painting for animation, and there's a lot of things that can overlap. Why do you want to be a game concept artist and something instead of like maybe working in animation?
Oh boy. I would always bring this up like every chance like I get with one of my friends, and she always makes fun of me for it in good fun. It's because of Wizard 101.
Oh my god, yes, we can talk about this.
So I first started playing Wizard 101 in like middle school in like 6th grade.
This brings back memories for me too.
And shout out to Tay and Jill, if they're probably not listening to this, but if they do, thank you for getting me into it. And I played it so much, and like I absolutely loved like running around. Like I like just loved like running along the sidewalks and like experience and exploring the world, even though like I knew like every nook and cranny, but I'm like it was like so much fun.
It was a fun game. Yeah, I have fond memories of it, especially because I played it with my sisters and also dad was playing it.
I tried to convince my dad to play it, but he wouldn't. And so like as I got a little older, so what originally got me into art was actually my friend Tay drew a lot, and she, you know, those like assignment books that we would get like in middle school and like sometimes high school as well. Yeah. So she would like draw in that all the time, and during language arts we became friends like through sitting together in language arts, and after we started playing Wizard 101, she would like start drawing our characters together. And so then eventually like the 3 of us got the idea to like start writing stories about it and also drawing our characters. So we started doing that, and then that sort of evolved in a way like that alongside playing more Wizard 101 is like sort of like I want to like make cool like places for like people to explore.
That's so cute.
and like my absolute dream would be to work on like an indie like co-op game. Like I specifically couch co-op, even though a lot of people don't do that anymore, but like I love couch co-op.
Wait, what's couch co-op?
So it's basically like games that you can just like play together on the couch, and like you can play like in person side by side. So that would look like split screen for some games.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me. It Takes Two.
Yeah, I like it can look like a lot of other things like Super Mario. Actually, let me like double check to make sure I'm not like butchering this. But like any Super Mario game would also be couch co-op, and a lot of games like now they'll have like online co-op.
Yeah.
Like they'll have online co-op, but they'll also have a way to like do it from the same computer.
I'm learning so much. I don't know anything, but I'd be learning a lot.
That reminds me of another co-op game my sister was like, which is probably maybe couch co-op. It's like the lovers and something. It's like a planet, and you're like going. Wait, that looks fun.
I've never heard of that, but I want to know what it is now.
I'll talk about it too. Like, I want Ariel to play with me.
Why?
I'm like, Ariel, because you have to be in the same computer. So I'm like, Ariel, come into my computer and play this thing with me.
I get dragged into this nonsense. I'd be like,
yeah.
hello.
Play it with me, Ariel.
But yeah, no, that's so cool. I like that what you want to do is for like people to like experience things together. I don't know. I think that's just like my heart is warm and full.
I also love just hearing about what got you into following your dream, because it's always so much fun, and I'm like, oh man, that's like a joy to hear. Like a certain game is what made you want to follow your passion.
Yeah, and like I always feel like so stupid when they're like, oh, what made you like get into art? And I'm like,
no.
Oh, that's so cute to me.
And like I don't know, it was like such like a big part of my teen years and like my preteen years, and it also like was like the way that like I became such close friends with Tay and Jill, and like I don't think I would have like been able to like get as close with them if we weren't playing this together.
Oh, that's so cute.
And so yeah, I don't know, it's like I do just like want to just like have people have that experience as well.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's awesome. I feel like playing games gives you such a unique experience that like film and TV can't really get you, because you're just like so immersed, especially if it's something like Wizard 101, which is like your journey.
Yeah.
You're the main character. So that's awesome. I guess we have to bring down the mood sometime in this podcast. But our next question is, how's the job hunt going?
Oh, really bad.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So like, to be honest, like I've lost so much steam job hunting, and it's so tiring, and specifically for game jobs it's like most of the jobs that I apply to are like from ArtStation, and and like any concept artist position or 2D artist position is like, it's always like from the like same like handful of companies, and I'm like, well, I already applied to you, like.
Oh yeah. Mood. It'd be like that.
Yeah. So, well, which now that I'm thinking about it is generally the same for animation, but I lost my train of thought. I also like just get really like caught up in when I do find a job. I'm like, I need to apply to this today, or like what if it like is taken down tomorrow, and then like
That's happened to me.
The amount of regrets I have, like everything just flashed before my eyes. I was like, oh, literally the other day. Sorry to like interrupt. The
No,
other
it's
day
okay,
I
it's
clicked
okay.
on a job because it was open, and it's been open for a while. But then when the day I decide to like finally go, like my portfolio's ready, I'm applying. Clicked on the link, disappeared. The link no
No.
longer exists, and I'm
That's
like,
what happened to me today too.
Anyway,
That's why you
God.
should always
word of
apply.
advice: everything's online. Just put your info in there and then update your portfolio later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Like because I like try to like do it like the same day, like you, I mean, like both of you know that I like how like I had you guys like proofread my my cover letter to the DreamWorks trainee program like a lot, but like that had like a specific like deadline, and like if nobody's like available like when I find a job, like I like try to proofread it myself, but I miss stuff. So then I send it and it's with mistakes. So that's never a fun time.
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah. And also, luckily enough that we have like our little like friend group, and we talk almost every single day. Like if someone needs proofreading or anything, that we're like, hey, anybody want to read this for me? tell me what's wrong.
Please.
That's so nice.
Please.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. The job hunt, guys. The
Yeah.
job.
It's so much. I don't know. I feel like just it's always just the same. You can't really talk much about it. It's just the same kind of thing.
You know, we're here hustling. It's fine.
We're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying our best.
Yeah. I believe in
We're just
us.
existing. Oh man, it's been rough. But onto something more positive. What would be your like dream project? Like pitch us like a dream kind of thing to work, a dream game, or
we know that
dream-
it's gonna be like a, what do you call it? The couch co-op.
couch.
What
Yeah.
would happen in this dream project?
Do you have a story in mind?
So I kind of do.
Oh.
So I've told multiple friends about this, and they've like sent me links to games, or some I actually already have but have never played. So I can look at them for reference. So my dream project would be there are these 3 friends, and you magical powers. It has to have magical powers. And you like the game mechanic would be like you have to solve puzzles like with your magical powers, and there's like multiple ways to do it, but like I've never been able to explain this verbally very well, so I'm gonna try.
You're so valid.
Like based on the goal, there are different ways to achieve it, like based on like what like skills you have, or like what, or just the way you approach it. And so like say there's like something that you have to like, that's a torch you have to light on fire that's like high up, and like the fire person is like, okay, well I have to like somehow get to that. And the ice person, these are 100% based on my friend's characters from Wisdom 101. And so the ice person like may try to like shoot a platform to like sort of catapult them up, and so then they can shoot fire. Or like I haven't been able to think of like an alternate way to do that, but some alternate way to light that torch on fire that's high up. And basically like puzzles like that. And I would want it to like be like you have to communicate and cooperate rather than like competing against each other. And like yeah. And like
the power of friendship.
It reminds me of that one like game, was it Lava Girl, Ice Water Boy, something like that?
Yeah, Fire Boy, Water Girl.
Yeah. I remember playing that. Oh man.
Yeah, I love that game so much. Oh my god. And like with some co-op games, I played like it's still like will have like some at least a tiny bit of a competitive element,
Mm-hmm.
like Left 4 Dead. At least like the campaigns are like purely like cooperative, but like at the end it will be like, oh, who did like the most damage, or like
Yeah.
yeah.
There's that game I played with friends. What is it called? It's the one where you guys look like little tofu. I only know the one tofu character because when he cries, he can use his tears as like things to like defeat the enemy. Castle Crashers?
Yes, Castle Crashers.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like you're all working together at the beginning, and then
Yeah.
like at the end, suddenly you're all fighting to like kiss the princess.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Literally, but yeah, no, that's so fun.
Yeah, so it's like I love co-op games, and like anything competitive like will stress me out. So I'm just like no competitiveness.
I think it would be so funny if it's like if it's like Castle Crashers, but like work together at the end, achieve the goal, blah blah blah, and then like the minute it's something where like the players have to like go against each other, it's for something like really stupid and super official. It's like, who's gonna like pick the flower? Anyway, I think that would be so funny.
I like
I'm
that.
projecting into the universe.
I mean,
whatever.
you're valid though. You're valid.
But yeah, that's so fun. Oh, that sounds like a cool concept. One day I will educate myself more and play more games so that I can play more with these two.
You can play more games with me.
I am not gamer girl. I
Play
am
Mr.
fake
101.
Oh my gosh.
Don't
Can we
actually don't actually do that because it costs money. Like
Oh, God.
after the first like 2 hours, it's not worth it.
Oh
Oh
damn.
no.
Oh wow. Anyway, that's so cool. I think that's a great project, and I cannot wait to like see it exist in real life. When it
Do you have like sketches of what they look like and stuff?
I have one sketch of one character, and I have yet to do more because I'm like I have all of these other like things I need to work on before like the class assignments from CGMA, and I have like all of the classes that like you can just like buy in Udemy and stuff like that that I need to get through. I'm like I should get through those first before I like actually like start working on this more. But I can also like send that one sketch.
I want to see
Yes,
it.
I want to see it. Yes, exciting.
So exciting. I guess our final question is: we are the company. We are the
Double A
company.
game studio, not triple A.
Double
We're
A.
Double A.
We're looking for a concept artist to help with our game, and you're one of our candidates. What will you bring to our company? Why should we pick you as our artist?
You should hire me because I am a huge ball of light, and I like to like basically spitfire ideas, and we can like just go through a ton of them. I can sort through them, see what works, what doesn't, and we can like figure out pros and cons. And I love just like throwing ideas into the ether and seeing like what is gonna work and what doesn't. And like I absolutely love brainstorming. That's like that, and like doing color comps are like my favorite things. Like just brainstorming ideas, and I will bring a lot of energy, and I'm very sociable, and I like love connecting with people on the team, and when working on a team I tend to bring out like their more energetic side. So like both professionally and on a more human social level, I get you a gal who can do both, get you a guy who can do both.
Yes,
Hired.
We love it, and that's why you, the listener, if you're a part of a company, should hire Arka as well and
Yes.
support them.
Honestly, yes, can confirm they are truly a ball of light and bring so much joy every time we get to speak to them.
Okay, so for people who are new to Hey Hire Us, we have a final corner called the Would You Rather corner, where I usually ask the devil question and Ariel asks the angel question. And I'm rusty, so I didn't really think of a question until now. But...
Yeah, we're both rusty. We're I don't know. We have maybe a few ideas to like evolve this section, but we'll see.
Yeah. But for now, I'll ask the double question, and it's: would you rather work at a big double A or whatever triple A double A in my company?
Our company?
Would you rather work at a big AAA company, and this is like probably normal, but you like your job and you get good benefits, but at the end, like the crunch culture is like really, really bad and really, really stressful, or a smaller indie company where you're really passionate about the project, but since it's so small, there's a lot of interpersonal drama that kind of messes up with the workflow, and it's kind of just not as professional.
Mm.
So, two different sides.
I think I would rather do the small indie company with a lot of interpersonal drama. I think because like I tend to put like a lot of pressure on myself, like very, very unnecessarily, since I like tend to be good with I tend to be really good with deadlines, and but I still like put a lot of pressure on myself, and I like stress myself out, and I do have lots of anxiety, so like that also doesn't help like putting that pressure on myself, and like I'm a lot worse about it now, like giving myself boundaries, and that was very easy before work from home, but like with crunch culture, those boundaries are like gone, and that would put my mental health, like put me at like rock bottom. So yeah, that's why I would rather do the interpersonal drama.
Yeah, that would totally make sense. And Ariel, would you like to?
Am I asking this? I did not.
Yeah.
Disclaimer: I did not write this because again, I did not. I was very underprepared, and we're also very rusty.
Wait, I can ask.
Oh, you can do it because I actually just maybe like I have a like tiny question at the end because I am again non-gamer. But go ahead, ask this.
Yes. So the angel question is: would you rather work as a concept artist, working with your favorite musician, whatever that musician is, on their music video? Like, so you design the characters and the backgrounds and the whole world and like the journey that they're going to go through, or work as a concept artist on a Miku game, a really big Miku game.
This is okay. My first thought was like favorite musician. That's like a Vocaloid artist.
And the composer, your favorite composer.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like who my favorite. I probably have multiple. I like one of the first.
This really got Arka stumped.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm proud of this question.
Like, yes, I'm thinking like with the Miku game, it would probably end up being very like futuristic, even though it would be like really pretty, but like I like tend to like designing more organic stuff. And like one of the first artists that come to mind is Lord Huron, which is like more like indie, like kind of a little bit folk, which I think like would fit my art more. But like I also don't know how they are as a person. I'm trying to think of like other artists that there's a Vocaloid composer, Hitoshi Zuku, that I really love, but like they also have like their own like artists. So yeah, this really has me stumped.
You gotta choose.
Yeah.
You gotta choose.
I think I'll do the music video, since whatever it is, like, and even though there may be lore, it's probably gonna be like more freeform than a video game will be, which, and also the Miku game would probably end up being more like sci-fi anyway, which I don't enjoy doing as much, even though I love both of them.
I think it'd be really cool to do a music video, especially with a composer and how complicated Vocaloid music videos are and the worlds that they create. So I think that's a great option. And if anyone's listening, if any composer is listening or needs a concept artist for their music video, Arka can help you out.
Yes, OMG. Well, for me, since I didn't ask the angel question at the end, quick question, because I am a non-gamer. If you could recommend your favorite game right now, what would you recommend me?
Yeah.
Okay. There is Supergiant's other games. I really liked Bastion.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. The storytelling in that is amazing. The music's amazing.
I want to play.
Take
so
notes.
good.
I
It's so
will
good.
take note of that.
They make really good games,
They-
from what I've seen.
They do. I actually haven't played Transistor.
that
And
looks so good.
Transistor looks really pretty. I've seen my roommate play it, and it's like gorgeous.
yeah, I like started it, but I haven't continued it. But I'm like, this looks so pretty. Oh my god.
I love what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other games that are like Stardew. Or like,
It's okay. It's okay. I need to expand my horizons, because again, Stardew is the only game I play.
Valid.
But here we are. But
Anyway,
yeah, we
that
did
was
it.
so much fun.
Oh my god, Arka.
Thank you,
I will
Arka.
Take your recommendation to heart. You know what? I'm gonna do that for our future guests. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, that'd be a fun last question.
Yeah.
What do you recommend?
Yeah, what do you recommend me right now? Anyway, thank you, Arka, for being on this podcast. You, again, are such a light, and it's always so much fun to get to talk to you. And you are so
Yeah.
talented.
thank you.
You are just such an amazing person.
And please hire them.
Yeah.
So you can have that light in your life.
Yeah, and where can people contact you and hire you and, ask you for game recommendations?
Let's see. My website is arkatu.com, arkatu.com. And my Insta and Twitter, I'm more active on my Insta, is Arka #2. Okay, I'm just gonna spell it out. ARKA 2 _ ARKA 9. And
Arka 2, Arka 9.
yeah. Props to you. Props to any of the listeners who who can big brain why I chose that. Let's see. And then my email,
yeah.
is arka.kaythi.tu@gmail.com.
Lit. We will be putting everything in every graphic we make. So, everyone needs to start following Arka. They deserve so much more followers.
Yes. Please support
Get
them.
that support ready. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone listening. If you would like to support Hey Hire Us, follow us on our socials, which is all at Hey Hire Us Pod. And if you would like to help us out with podcast hosting and everything, we have a Ko-Fi, which is ko-fi.com/HeyHireUsPod.
Yeah, and you can listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts.
Leave us a review on
Podbean.
Apple Podcasts.
That would really help us out too.
Yeah.
And
Thank you guys for listening.
hold on, wait. If you would like to send us a message or email us for anything, we are at heyhirespodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
Yay, bye!
Bye. See you guys later.
Lit!
I'm so excited for the rest of the season.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is season 2.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye!